Hey guys, what is going on? This is Zip of RageQuitTV. Gonna be casting a game between Stephano and just some random Korean Terran. Not exactly sure who this guy is. Actually, just kidding. Polt Prime never gets any credit. He's actually left Prime and now joined TSL, and that is Team SCV Life. He is number 6 in the top 2 paid StarCraft 2 players according to tournaments. His most impressive run was getting first place in the GSL Super Tournament, beating Lucira, Huck, Maka, Alicia, Top, and MMA. This guy seemed to be invincible in TVP, at least in the GSL. He went on a 10-0 winning streak, eventually being taken down by Killer, who now is one of his teammates. Additionally, Polt has better English than Huck, at least when you read it. I'm not sure how well he speaks it, but when he types English, he has flawless English. It sounds so much better than Huck's, which actually, honestly, doesn't mean too much. Huck often speaks in broken English, but he is also very smart, just doesn't care too much when he types, but in person he speaks very fine. Polt is studying in the Seoul National University and is in his senior year. And if you don't know, the Seoul National University is like the most prestigious college in Korea. This guy is incredibly smart. Like, if his career wasn't set for StarCraft 2, he could easily make money doing just about anything. He is extremely intelligent. He will be opening up with a 12 racks, 13 gas Stephano. Gonna be going for a 15 hatch. Of course, Stephano is known for his a little bit unique play. He focuses mainly on two things: macro and positioning. Stephano has taken out top European Terrans by building nothing but lings. And I'm not saying the games only last like 10 minutes. No, it's gone in like the 35-minute mark where he just has 33 lings with adrenal glands, which technically makes them cracklings, which I haven't heard the term used too much in StarCraft 2. But yeah. Stephano, really good and really unique. He was so unique, in fact, that many people used to call him gimmicky. Idra said he was one of the most overrated Zergs, but just yesterday, we saw Idra throw Stephano GGs in both the times they played, so Idra now has some respect for Stephano, since Stephano, no shame of himself, winning the 10th place in the most money earned playing StarCraft 2. We do have Polt Prime going to do a Reaper expand, and what's a little bit odd is he is going to be getting 2 Reapers, so it wouldn't surprise me to see this SCV try to get a bunker up. And, well, Reapers do very well if that bunker gets up. You can't really use a Spine Caller to kill Reapers once they get in the bunker because they have that D8 charge, which just demolishes Spine Callers. However, I don't think he is going to be doing that, or it won't be too effective. That is mostly known on Tal'Darim Altar, just because Tal'Darim Altar has this one area at the natural where you can build the bunker on the high ground, and the Reapers can sit on the low ground and just snipe things. The Reaper going to come up and take out both of these lings. And also, guys, I have changed the sound levels just a little bit, so hopefully my mic sound is a little bit higher and the game sound a little bit lower. Feel free to leave a comment if you want to adjust it a little bit more. This Reaper, again, as you see the D8 charge going to work on this Spine Crawler. And now just going to be microing back. The Queen does scare it away. A few more D8s would have taken out the Spine Crawler, but you can see it's very injured before it even completes. 90 health out of 300. 2/3 of the damage has been done. Keep in mind there's 2 Reapers and a third one now on the way. I have not seen someone go Mass Reapers in the longest time. Back in the beta, it was one of the most popular strategies, as Zerg could not stop it with Reapers getting the speed upgrade before the factory. Once the factory was needed to get that speed, it kind of nerfed Reapers a little bit too much. And recently in a interview, Blizzard said they want to make changes to the Reaper. Going to be giving it some HP regen, which could be very cool actually. Like in TVT or ZVT. The Reaper, once it gets hit a few times by the Queen, it's a worthless unit. But if they have HP regen, they just heal up, and then they can keep going back in. I'm really interested to see how the HP regen goes on the Reaper. People kind of downplay it, but I think that's going to be a huge change, and will give the Reapers what they need, because they can not only go in for a scout once, but also twice and 3 times. As long as the Reaper gets out, they will be getting more scouts, and now 2 drones do go down. The lings do have speed and will surround these Reapers. It will take them both out. That is definitely not worth it. 2 drones for 100. Well, if he hopped up into the main, I would have said it was worth it, but then again, he used the SCV scout, kind of got a scout on the main, but he doesn't know the Roach Warren is being built, which could be bad news bears for Polt. And if I didn't say it, I'm not sure if I did, Polt is on Team TSL. I think I said that. He left Prime, but this game was played on December 15th, back when he was still in Prime. That's why you see the tag there. I think he changed his name by now. He has won like 111 grand. Maybe a little bit off by that, but 111 grand. He can afford another copy of StarCraft 2 if he wants a name change, which I'm pretty sure he did just because of his money. Polt is going to go for a heavy bio opener, as you see him now just getting his factory at 740. And this is timed, it looks like, so medevacs come out right around the same time as mutas. We'll see that timing down, see when that starport completes, just because, well, you need medevacs if you want to deal with mutas. You can see a stim started. To deal with mutas, you need stim, so you can get around your base with marines. And then, if you don't have medevacs, your marines will slowly just kill themselves to death because they are big-time junkies. So once you get the medevac, your marines can use stim and be just fine. But Stephano, going to be going in with a lot of roaches and lings. This looked very similar to what Lucky did in IPL 3, which took out many great Terran players. I think it even took out MMA. I think that's how he beat him with this build. Stephano, again, not the one that did this in IPL. It was Lucky, but a lot of roaches coming in. SCVs pulled off the line to attack the roaches while repairing the bunkers. A few SCVs do go down, but Stephano had to cut workers to get this. As you see, 36 SCVs to 39 roaches. And, well, 2 SCVs died, so maybe Stephano didn't really cut too many workers, as even if Polt didn't lose a single worker, Stephano would still be ahead. That is how good that build was, or the build opener for Stephano. He is spreading that creep, and that is odd. You don't see creep right here, but you can't see it on this middle. Doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Odd thing to look at, I know. Stephano doing a great job with his creep spread. Also, he has this Overlord spread so well. And now, Polt, he's not going to worry about getting medevacs. Well, he's going to worry about getting medevacs out. As you see, they're popping at the 10-minute mark. Mutas generally come to your base at the 10:30, between 10:30 and 11. That is the time you need anti-muta defense up, so he gets those medevacs. But you can see he's not worried about an eBay to get missile turrets up or anything of that. He has the eBay, but he's not going to be getting any missile turrets or even starting them, just because he knows that mutas are not going to be coming. That was a lot of roaches, so any type of lair tech is significantly delayed. And this is odd from Stephano. He is going actually lair before his third hatch, but right now he's getting 2 hatches, 1 macro, 1 his third base. And scan does go down to take all of these creep tumors out. Some will live, as he can't get vision of this area without another scan, but a lot of creep definitely does go down by Polt, and he is perfectly safe moving out the map with medevacs, marauders, and marines because, well, he knows mutas cannot come out. Going to this unit loss tab, Polt has lost a little bit more. Stephano going to be going for neuroparasites with that roach speed. Stim goes off, those lings going to try to go for that surround. Now the roaches can actually catch up to the units, but there weren't enough lings. However, with these medevacs and stim marines, those roaches do have to turn tail and run. 1 overlord does go down, and that is what I'm talking about Stephano with his positioning. You saw him definitely try to get those lings behind the marines so the roaches could thrust in and do some damage. However, Polt just has too big of his army. His upgrades are at 1-0. Stephano's 0-1. He is favoring this armor upgrade just because the Marines have such a high rate of fire. This armor upgrade will benefit. Generally, the rule of thumb is, if they're going to be doing more attacking than you, get the armor upgrade. If you're going to be doing more attacking than them, get the attack upgrade. That's why you see Terran players focusing on +1 weapons, while Zerg and Protoss sometimes will focus on +1 armor, because Terrans will get more shots in. And, well, if you do -1, and they're doing a lot of shots, that is so ridiculously good. Unless you're like MC, who says, well, I just have God Micro, it's not going to matter if my units take a lot of damage or not, because I'm going to be blinking my Stalkers back, and you're not going to kill anything either way. So I'm going to go with the weapons, because I am just that confident in my Micro. And you see Polt doing another scan, taking out a tumor, and now it looks like he will be gearing up to do a drop, but Stephano has such good Overlord coverage. He will definitely be back in time, as this one Overlord already sees the medevac, and the medevac going to go in and get spotted by yet another Overlord. So Stephano has forces over here. He even has Infestors, which it looks like he's going to be trying to hide, just going to deal with the force with lings if he can. Doesn't want to show his Infestor count, or that he even has Infestor tech, because Polt doesn't even know about the lair. Well, he knows about the roach one because he saw roaches, but he hasn't been in the base for some time. We do see A little bit of counter pressure, but nothing really happening there. And more Tuma's going to be going down. Polt is so good at denying that creep spread, and a few units going to be moving up, but he's got so many infestors with this. This Fire Force is going to be taken out as a good fungal growth does go down on all of those units. Roach and stuff can clean it up. You see Polt going to be lifting up and evacuating. These infestors don't want to waste energy fungal growth in the medevacs, because if they don't have energy, Stephano's army is very weak. So in that case, he viewed it better to just leave the medevacs be. It does take quite a bit of energy to kill medevacs. Think like 3 fungal growths and maybe some infested Terrans, so not something you just want to give up. Sensor Tower is going up, and this is something I don't see from many Terran players. Polt is showing he really wants to Turtle Hood, thinks that his late game is going to be stronger than Stephano's because, well, he's a Terran player and Stephano's a Zerg. What are you talking about? Terran have such a good maxed out army once they get mech up, and he's even getting extra command centers right here. This may be a PF. It most likely will lift up and go over to this space. We'll see exactly what Polt does. If this game goes into like the 20-minute mark, it wouldn't surprise me just to see random planetary fortresses screwing up the AI. Lings would be forced to attack it if he doesn't micro them. And also, it does quite a bit of damage. It looks like this medevac just me pulling back. Ling's doing a little bit of a run by, just checking if there's any bases up here. Meanwhile, Stephano is going to be taking the double expand, going to the work account, 72 drones to 65 SCVs. And Stephano going to go for the Ultralisk Cavern, and Destiny would not be happy with this because, well, Destiny says, I only build Ultralisk when I'm really far ahead and want to lose the game. However, Destiny does not have Stephano's control. And with Stephano's control, I think Ultralisk may be pretty good. One of the main drawbacks behind Ultralisks is Lings kind of get in the way and other units just get in the way. They kind of stumble around behind the army. They can't actually get surrounds because, well, even Ultralisks get in the way of other Ultralisks. But Stephano, he is so diligent about splitting his army. I think it will suit his playstyle very well, and we will be finding out as those are coming. Stephano working on his 3/3 upgrades with Adrenal Glands, Neuroparasite, Chitness Plating. Polt, he is getting his mech level 1 and 2/2 on his bio, so he is definitely behind in upgrades and behind in bases. Stephano at 182 supply, Polt at 184, so the game still could go either way, and Polt has a very cost-efficient army. He is getting Vikings right now, I guess, blindly to go against Broodlords and some Ghost. What has he seen? Hasn't even seen the lair. Doesn't have any vision of anything. All his scouting is just what his opponent has done to him. He's seen infestors, which he knows, okay, hive tech could be out because I see infestors. That is what's required to build a hive. So I better get some anti-broodlords because if I don't have these and 10 broodlords just show up, I'm dead. But Stephano going to be going for these ultras, and I think he's just waiting for his 3/3 to finish, and then he will be going in. He is getting Burrow, which can be good. Bird Banelings are very nice. Command center being built right here could either lift up and go here or turn into a PF. This one going to be lifting up to this base, and oddly enough, Polt decides to take the, I guess that would be 8 o'clock base before the 11 o'clock. That command center does get canceled. He is going to be rebuilding it. Stephano going to be going back for round number 2 and does take it out. And that time it does not get canceled. Roach is going to go in, kind of sacrifice themselves, takes out a tank, and that is what was good about his control. Did you, oh wait, we have a battle coming in. He's trying to get us down, going in at all sides. As you do see Stephano, his ultras are coming in, and so much damage is being done right now. Fungal grows on absolutely everything. Great fungals. It looks like those ultras are going to be cleaned up. Stephano, though, building 7 ultras, 92 lings behind that. But as I was saying, back in this last engagement, we saw Stephano with a brilliant play when he was moving these roaches up. He moved the roaches up, attacked the tanks, and then instead of getting another volley on the tanks, he just moved them really close to the tank so the other tanks would fire at the siege tank, kill itself. And that did more damage than his roach volley would have. Such great decision making by Stephano. He has probably top 2 control above Huck with his top 3. But Polt, I mean, he's solid. He is a Code S Terran, has been Code S for so long. And, well, there's just no real beating him in these super late games. Stephano has his work cut out for him, and he's going to go back in for this Ling Ultra. And he's given up on the roaches, just going to go pure Ling Ultra with Infestor. And you can see him splitting up. There is Sensor Towers, so Polt does know about this. Everything going in for round number 2. If at first you don't succeed, try, and try again. There's ultras coming up after everything gets thrown. Goes some Mil.Stephano's going next to the tanks trying to help out. Snipes going down on these Ultras. And it looks like round number 2, that does not bode well for Stephano, but he is still ahead in supply. And Polt better be repairing his units as a lot of things have been injured. He does have this command center up now, going to be morphing that in APF as he has bases everywhere. Every single base on the map is mined out right now. 64 SCVs, 280 drones, so you always got to keep in mind there is a 16 army differential when both players hit 200 supply. Or Stephano could be at 200 supply, Polt could be at 184, and it would be even-sized armies. That is exactly what that does mean. We have 4 ghosts down the map. What is their energy looking like? Not too high. He's been diligent about those snipes on the Ultras. Of course, Snipe does ignore armor, and now he's getting his PFs up, which makes his army even harder to break. And now, is Stephano going to go in round number 2 as he's at round 3 actually. He's at maxed yet again. Polt at 186, so even-sized armies. And Stephano dedicated to this Ling Ultra Infestor force. I don't know, it hasn't worked for him yet. Polt has been getting pretty even engagements looking at this. Stephano has definitely lost more. Now Mil.Stephano's going on that PF, so the Lings now get us around. Stephano focusing in this one area. Ghost sniping, and now going to be cutting back to snipe more Ultras. That PF does go down, but Polt didn't really lose an army, just lost that PF. 200 supply for both players, and now Stephano going to be doing a run-by. Those Ultras kind of run in to absorb the tank shots. Now Ghost, they're out of energy. They still do quite a bit of damage. Ultra's going to take all the forces over here, which leaves these bases unprotected. And he's going to try to micro these Marines to get those Ultras back in the tank range. Meanwhile, the Lings have taken out that one command center. This one is in trouble, as we do have more Lings now running up to this other base. And, ooh, looks like Polt has put his Ghost in those medics as they were out of energy and did not want to lose them. Very good idea. But Stephano crushing over Polt's force. Polt still has the larger army, but Stephano has taken out 3 mining bases of Polt. Polt not really mining. He does have a lot of money banked up, but he cannot play this total game anymore. As Stephano, well, actually, if Polt can secure this base, Stephano has pretty much mined out his side of the map. Doesn't have too much more, of course, because he's lost so much more just throwing his army, losing 7k more. And now throwing some Lings in, and a lot of Lings doing another run-by over at this base. The command center is going to lift up, which I'm surprised this one didn't do. This command center went down. A big mistake by Polt not lifting up. You can see the creep just covering the map. And Polt going to lift up his units as they cannot take those Lings. And now going to try to engage these Lings with his Marauders, which deal pretty well against Lings when you get maxed out and they're against a few. Stephano going to be coming in with more Ultras and Infestors. And lots of snipes going down. And the army actually looks like it is about even because so many SCVs have gone down, 36 to 90. But Stephano coming back in, doing so much damage. Fallen Growth going off on that bio. These Ultras going to be coming up. Once they get up close and personal to these tanks, the tanks are no longer really useful. Bio is going to try to work on these Ultras. And Stephano doesn't have much money banked up. Polt has a lot of gas banked up, but not much minerals. Stim going off. These medevacs don't have too much energy. Another Stim going off. Lots of PFs coming up. Just so that I deal with everything. It looks like he's going to try to go like PF Bio or PF Marine. As PFs deal okay with Ultras and Marines deal with everything else. And now the Ling's going to get the surrounds on all the command centers before they go into Planetary Fortress. You can see that one cancel this command center. Not getting canceled. That's so critical when Polt needs minerals. And Ling's going to do yet another run-by on this base. Take out all those mules as Stephano does come running in with his Lings and Ultras. Another Stim going off. Fallen Growth going down on all these units. Wow, these Stim, that's so much damage. And you can see Polt just picking up his units and re-dropping them. Trying his best to micro absolutely everything. Holding on for dear life, but it's 196 supply to 102. 31 SCVs, 288, so you gotta keep in mind that 67 army is in supply, but it doesn't matter. Polt, 59 army supply. Stephano, 84. Going over this income, we see Stephano mining 2k minerals to Polt's measly 280. But also, if Polt could hold on just a little bit longer, he'd be in the good shape because Stephano was dirt game mined out, but it looks like Stephano is going to be coming out ahead this game. Marvelous game between these two. He is marching in. There it goes, the GG by Mil.Stephano, taking that game. And oh man, was that definitely a good game. So many run-bys. I really like the play by Stephano. You saw for like the first 3 battles, he really kind of focused on just splitting up all his army. And then he kind of realized, okay, splitting up my army is not really working. So what did he do? He came in, took out this side of the army, and then kind of used his ultras to take damage from all, so the Lings could do run-bys all over. Once the ultras had tanked all this damage, the Lings got in this side of the map, and they kind of used infestors to zone this area with fungal growths, so his Lings could go working on these 3 bases. If Polt had these 3 bases mining the entire time, Stephano would have easily lost that game. But because of Stephano picking apart Polt piece by piece, he came out ahead. And again, it was those engagements. It was marvelous how he split up his units. His control was absolutely stunning, but it wasn't enough. In the end, it came down to his decision making to take out this area, and Polt not having any backup defense in this area. And give me 1 minute. I'm going to pull up SC2 gears, see if there's anything I can pick from this. I haven't really looked at the game too much, so I don't know if this analysis is going to be too good. And my SC2 gears has just crashed as soon as I opened it. That is not good. Again, don't forget to subscribe, and also let me know how the sound is going for you, because that is definitely what I'm going to be trying to work with for the next few days, is getting the sound to a good level. And I read every single comment and respond to quite a bit. And if you ever want to ask me anything, facebook.com/IPPSC, twitter.com/IPPSC. I respond to any question asked. So feel free. If you don't use either of those, feel free to message me at ip@RageQuitTV. And I got my SC2 gears open, so let's get rid of this. Let's add a screen region. Bam. Maximize this. So let's go to this. This is good. Least all replays. Stephano. Polt. There we go. Open up this game. You can see the APM. Wow. Stephano had so high. And let's just go to the game info. Stephano EAPM 195, Polt 146, 378 to 185. In-game chat. I missed this chat. Polt apparently lost in the Blizzard Cup. Again, this is from December 15th. Let's go back to the charts. Let's look at his main building control. And I have to look. I don't know how to get main building control working on the Terran side or the Protoss side. I know how to get working on the Zerg. So easily done. Average gap 23.4. But I wish. Can I highlight this? No. I wonder if there's a way I can just highlight a portion of the game. Because once you got to the late game, you didn't really need injects anymore because he was near 200 supply. Probably had a lot of lava banked up. But look at this. How impressive is it? Up to, let's say, this point. Up to like 12 minutes. His injecting was spot on. Almost a solid red block there. So let's see. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be pulling too much more. This is where you can get all the timings down when things happened, or when things got built. Hotkey usage. Yeah, not too much in that thing. I'll look at more into SC2 gears, kind of find out how you do better analysis with this. I know you can overlay charts, and I didn't really know anything. Sometimes I overlay, I think like, forget exactly what, but I overlaid 2 charts, I don't know which 2, to see kind of why people do things. But, yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Take care, guys, and I will see you next time, which is probably tomorrow, as I like to do 1 cast per day. Peace out. Hopefully you enjoyed. Have a good night or day, whatever. Hopefully you watched the GSL this morning, or if you're very quick watching this cast, as it does go up about 12 hours, or not 12, maybe 8 hours before the event I'm talking about. Idra playing in Codas today with, is it actually Polt? Is Polt in his group? Let me pull that up real quick. Wikipedia GSL. Is this the latest one? I don't think so. That's at 2011. So you go to Team Liquid, Premier SE2 tournaments, 2012 GSL, and then we go to Code S. MVP, not Polt. MVP, even scarier. Idra's group is Nest-T, Lucky, MVP. So maybe if Idra gets lucky and beats Nest-T, he will be the MVP of Group C. How'd you like that? Take care, guys. See you next time.